leagues will be won off of these guys on the screen. We have more breakouts. We have more buy lows. Mahomes is a sleeper this year. Doesn't matter if he's a big name player. Evan Ingram, big name player, sleeper. Bo Nix, sleeper. We've got tons of them. But these guys specifically end up being on my team every time I draft. And I'm watching Bo Milton over here. I know everybody's ripping on Bo Milton. Hasn't looked as great as I have been saying he is. Throws a missile into the end zone. A little bit overthrown there. But look, this guy's out there tossing the ball without CeeDee Lamb, without George Pickens. He's another player to watch. I almost guarantee you when he gets in there, it's going to be insane. I hope he doesn't get in there because I love Dak Prescott too. Dak and Milton, doesn't matter. Whoever's in there is balling out. You've got Lamb and you've got Pickens, and Pickens is also a big-time sleeper. Pickens is going to win leagues for people. Pickens is going to be a low-end wide receiver freaking one in some cases. Probably more of a high-end wide receiver too that you count on, but Pickens absolutely can win leagues. Pickens is going to be on so many of my final teams that I draft in the final 10 days here. But we're here to talk about these guys right here. We're here to talk about Emeka Egbuka, a guy that's skyrocketing, that everybody says, oh yeah, Egbuka, we like Egbuka. We told you about Egbuka. We told you. This show's been talking Emeka Egbuka.
He's on the shuttle to Mars.
Some of you were born.
Mars man.
Oh, look at this rip by Deuce Vaughn's looking pretty good.
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly.
I think Jaden Blue's going to get some carries here soon, so we're watching this game. But Emeka Egbuka, everybody jumping on the Emeka Egbuka train. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. This game's kind of an exciting little preseason game, actually, right now. Let's see if Milton can punch in this touchdown. So sick and tired of hearing people talk about Trey Henderson. So sick and tired of people talking about Emeka Egbuka. So sick and tired of hearing people talk about Bill as if they've been on the Bill train forever. The next two players that everybody's going to pretend to have liked the whole time are going to be Travis Hunter and RJ Harvey. Now, the good news is we don't have much information incoming before we hit week one for many of the values to change, unless it's coach, conversation, coach speak at the podium, talking to reporters, and somebody says, what do you think about RJ Harvey? And Sean Payton finally says, he is my Joker. Then it's over.
Yeah, buddy.
Then good luck. Good luck getting. But I have a feeling that we're going to skate by without Hunter or Harvey seeing the increased values of Hendy and Emeka Egbuka. We're still in the intro. I haven't even hit the intro yet. We're still on the front side of the intro. One of the longer intros of the show history. Now's the time to strike, though, because if we walk out of week one and Harvey has Hendy value and Hunter has Emeka Egbuka climbing value, we're not going to get him. We have an opportunity between now and kickoff on Thursday of Thursday football, opening night. We have that amount of time to take action and to right-size our teams with the buy lows that remain. And we'll talk about that right now. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Attack. Lamb. Pickens. Lamb. Pickens. Deck attack. Deck attack. Deck attack.
Get lambed.
Drop the triangle emoji if you're down with Dak, if you're down with Pickens, down with the lamb chops, down with the tripod, Pickens, and again, before we jump on to everything else, make sure if you haven't watched this, Milton just walking the touchdown right in. He's so good. I don't care what anybody says to me. Oh, he looks so bad. He overthrew this guy. Does anybody understand that gunslingers like Pickens and gunslingers like Milton, and they're very similar in many ways in the way that they can launch a football down the field, that Penix and Milton throw to spots. That's one thing that I don't think people understand. Let me go over to this. Let me put Milton on screen here. And this is not to say I don't love Dak Prescott. We love Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's got a ball, but he does get hurt a lot. And if he gets hurt, Milton's coming in, and Milton's probably never coming out of the lineup. But in the case of Milton, who just scored untouched, so dangerous with his legs, and his coaching staff said, we want you to run more in this game, use your legs. Milton just scrambles untouched right in the end zone, walks in. No one's touching this man when he's running into the end zone. They're scared. This guy's a unit walking into the, what is he, 6'4"? Ziggy, how tall is Joe Milton?
Joe Milton weighs 246 pounds and is 6 feet 5 inches.
6'5", 240. Ziggy, volume 10. Ziggy, how tall is Joe Milton? Listen to this.
Is 246 pounds and is 6 feet 5 inches tall.
6'5" unit. Milton throws the spots. Okay? He drops back. Penix Jr. throws to a spot. That doesn't mean he's not good. That means he's great. That means he's better than the average quarterback. And in the national championship game, when Penix Jr. dropped back and launched that missile to Adunze, and Adunze cut left, and the ball went sailing over his head, everyone goes, look how bad Penix Jr. is. When Adunze, after the game, said, I ran the wrong route. That ball was perfect. It was right where it was supposed to be. And you watch the practices and watch Penix Jr. out there and Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball to the player. Penix Jr. is throwing the ball before the player even cuts. So if it's like, let's say it's a post route, the player's running and Penix launches the ball, and then the player turns and the ball's right where it needs to be. That's some of what's going on with Joe Milton right now. He's got a bunch of scrub wide receivers in there with him, and this happened the last game, and he's throwing to spots. He's throwing, and these receivers are not the same receivers that Dak Prescott's currently playing with. Imagine if he plays with George Pickens, who catches everything, and he plays with CeeDee Lamb, who catches everything. This man will be a top 7 quarterback. He'll be a top 7 quarterback. You can say whatever you want about his preseason play. You're looking at a monster. And Dak's going to ball out. You mark my words. This looks like the Penix Jr. situation. Remember? Oh, coming out of the NFC or the national championship game. Smitty, you might want to dial back your Penix Jr. prediction. I went live before the national championship game to put my flag right into the ground. Just plant it. And he went out there and he crapped the bed according to everybody. Okay? I stood by Penix Jr. I said he'd be a top 10 pick. People said he wouldn't go in round 1. Penix Jr. went 9. And Penix Jr. is on the rise looking like a superstar in the making. And you can say whatever you want about that. This is the same sort of up and down situation. And I have no problem being on the rough side of the waters. Because we're gonna be on the right side of history on this one. Watching this game here, Falcons returning the ball. I love Joe Milton. I love Dak Prescott. I love the Dak attack.
Oh, Dak attack.
All right, so on topic here, Emeka Egbuka. I got super chats. I'll handle them in order in which they're received right away. I vow to. Dynasty, Harvey, and Ted, or Egbuka Hendy. Egbuka Hendy by a look. First of all, why would you even ask this question, Matthew? I love Hendy, and I love that you did it because you did it in a super chat. So bro fist to that. But Hendy over Harvey, and I love both of them. And Egbuka crushes Ted McMillan. I mean, I've said that all offseason. I said it since January. So you're winning both sides of that trade by a country mile, my bro. My bro, you're doing it live. Emeka Egbuka is going to be a top 12 wide receiver this year. And you've heard this channel talk about him from the beginning of planet Earth and the conception of Earth. But everybody loves him now. And now he's a 6th round pick in best ball, sometimes 5.11, 5.12. This guy's going to be a monster. What do I got against Tet? Nothing. Tet's fantastic. What do you got against Tet? What do you got against Tet to suggest that I'm against Tet? Because I like Egbuka better, that makes me against Tet McMillan? I don't understand the way some people think. I literally talk Tet up all the time. Tet is a league winner in round 6 or 7 where he belongs. But some of you are drafting him in the 3-4 turn, and some of you think he doesn't go in the 3-4 turn. So therefore, when you're trying to argue with me that I'm too low on Tet, that he's great value in the 6th and 7th round, you aren't listening to what I'm saying. Tet is a steal on ESPN with your grandma in the 6th and 7th round. Tet can win leagues there. Tet McMillan does not belong in the 3rd and 4th round on Underdog. That's where you think I'm being negative on Tet or that I hate Tet, when instead I'm telling you the reality of the situation. As for Emeka Egbuka, in hindsight, not saying to draft him here, understand what I'm saying, but in hindsight, Emeka Egbuka will be worth probably top 30 overall value, which means he'd be a 3rd rounder in hindsight, playing the hindsight game. But we're buying him in around 5-6. Grandma League still around 6-7 if we're lucky. If we should get so lucky. Tet McMillan, top 12 wide receiver. I'm sorry, Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka, top 12 wide receiver in 2025. Emeka Egbuka is going to get you probably, if I had to guess, we'll call Buka. My pen is just going absolutely ballistic here. Buka is going to probably get you, I'm going to say 90 receptions as a rookie. I think Baker's going to feed the hell out of him. Godwin needs to be put on the Planet Uranus list. Let's do that right now. Let's do that live.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
If you're drafting Godwin right now expecting to win, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, because Godwin is just not going to have as good of a rest of his career as people are going to want him to, unfortunately. Let's put this... Let's take this, put this right here. Godwin is a do not draft player. There we go. Let's run this back. Godwin, you are a do not draft player. There we go. All right, it's all set. Let's run it back. Let me go back. Did I mention that Godwin's a do not draft player? Do it live.
The Moon Man. And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
Hey, Smitty, what do you got against Godwin? I own him in 3 leagues. Is that the next question? Godwin's coming off dislocated ankle surgery. Godwin's coming off multiple injuries over the course of his career. Godwin is walking into a battle zone where Buka's used to being a player that can rove anywhere and consume and absorb. And the fact that he's going to have at least a 3-week lead, Godwin not going on PUP, means that he's probably most likely going to aim to play week 4, but it's going to be ramp-up session. We've already heard they'll ramp him up about week 2-3. My guess is that he tries to play a little in week 4. They want him to practice with the team and all that, so they don't want him on PUP. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll be even at 50% in week 4. They'll ramp him up. Week 6 or 7, you might start seeing Godwin going at a full go, type of attempt at the rest of the season. But it doesn't mean he'll even be the same player. Buka is going to be the number 2 overall wide receiver no matter what the entirety of the season. Doesn't matter what Godwin wants. It doesn't matter what Godwin owners want. I know some of you have Godwin. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Buka's getting 90 receptions. Buka's getting about 1190 receiving. I went to the mountain this morning and got these numbers from the mountaintop. Put on my long coat, and these numbers just appeared to me. 990, 1190, and 11 TDs. And the touchdowns kind of feel low. I feel like maybe when I was in the mountain, there was a little wind. We've had some rain and some storms here in Arizona. So I might have misheard. This could have been 14. It's 11, 1190, and 90. This is low-end wide receiver 1 numbers. This is wide receiver 12 at the very least. And this is a rookie. And if you think this isn't doable, A, you don't know me. You don't know this channel. You're misremembering that Neighbors is wide receiver, 7, 8 last year, depending on your scoring. BTJ was wide receiver 4. Lad McConkey was playing, didn't finish top 10, but was playing around that level at a certain point. And you forget that these rookie receivers just translate immediately over to the big leagues now. Milton, handoff to Jade. Oh, is that Jaden Blue? That's unfortunate that Jaden Blue gets one of the worst carries he could get, where he was swarmed behind the line of scrimmage, and Deuce Vaughn's getting all these nice rips. So hopefully Jaden Blue gets another solid couple looks before they pull him or anything like that. Hopefully Jaden Blue gets a lot of run in this game. Love Jaden Blue. Milton in the gun. Jaden Blue to his left. Okay. We got trips to the right. Milton drops back. Lets it sling. Nice little gain. Hold on to the ball, son. All right, we'll see what happens in this next play. Buka is my favorite wide receiver right now when you get anywhere near the 6 territory. Let me just say this. I haven't said this very often. I occasionally hint to it. Wouldn't shock me at all if this is the best wide receiver in the draft class. I mean, I've had him as my unquestioned number 2 wide receiver the entire offseason. I haven't wavered once. I haven't moved him down. He has been my unquestioned number 2 all offseason. Hunter's been my unquestioned number 1 all offseason. I still have that. But these both these wide receivers, what a missile by Milton! What a missile! I love this kid. Imagine if he had Pickens and Lamb catching footballs. Imagine the catch radius of 2 of the best go up and get players in the league. Go up and get the ball, 50-50 ball. Please be on the defense. Thank you. I want this to stand for Joe Milton. Do it live. First down. Imagine throwing the ball to these 2 guys. I can't wait. If you draft Emeka Egbuka at 6th round or later territory, you are getting a top 30 overall player. You are getting somebody that's designed to go at round 3. Milton drops back again. Lets it sling. First down. Milton looking in his bag. Milton came to work. Milton showed up to work today. Flag on the play. Nice job, Cowboys. Way to go. Way to pull that one back. Unbelievable. This is what I'm talking about. Milton's working with the lowly. Is that defense? First down. Okay, I was a little too hard on the Dallas Cowboy offensive line right there. I thought maybe that was on the Dallas Cowboy offensive line. Okay, so Milton, first down, just looking like a monster. He throws on his front foot a lot, which, I think, some quarterbacks, they do what they do, and you don't really want to fix what they're doing when they do it well. But if they work on his mechanics a little bit in the offseason, let's say he takes over midseason because of a Dak injury, knock on wood. I love Dak. I hope Dak does good all year, and he will bowl out. Blue gets a nice little carry and, again, gets swarmed. I shouldn't say nice little carry is a nice concept, and then he just got swarmed. It wasn't Blue's fault. That's a shame. That's a shame that Jaden Blue gets 2 carries. Both of them were horribly, they unfolded horribly for him. Not his fault at all. I hope he gets some sort of. I want Milton to score here, but I also want Jaden Blue to get some sort of sweep to the right. Stop running to the left. He's getting crowded and swarmed on the left side of that line. All right, Milton in the gun. Draw play to Blue. Nice play by Blue. Oh boy, that was a nice rip. Jaden Blue up the gut. Jaden Blue on a draw play up the gut. Nice cut. Good patience. Good vision. Good execution. That was nice. That was nice. That's what you want to see. That eliminates. I mean, none of it was his fault. The 2 carries prior, he got swarmed before he could even, he barely had the ball in his hands. He had 3 guys hanging on to him. Milton in the gun again. Draw play to... Oh, flag. All right, back to what I was saying. Emeka Egbuka to the moon. A little distracted with this game on to do this show. I potentially could have done the show later. Hendy, everybody knows Hendy's on the rise. It's unfortunate to see everybody, cranking out content on him now when your boy's been talking about him since the beginning. And everybody's pretending they conducted a train or they created a train. Milton back in the gun. Nice little throw. What a toss. If that were Pickens or Lamb, no, they draw another flag. That was such a good throw. If that were Pickens or Lamb, they would have caught that one-handed. Milton knows what he's doing. These incompletions, everything going wrong for him is because he's playing with Mickey Mouse wide receivers. That's again on the defense. The Falcons defense is really having a tough time right now. People taking Egbuka are hilarious considering they're running more than ever this year, and Evans is his go-to. Laughing emoji, hand in his face. Poor guy. Poor guy. Milton scrambling, throws it away. Smart. Sorry you feel this way, Ninja. I feel you only have yourself to blame on this one, just so you know. Hendy's probably in for, I would say, even if Hendy has 950 yards rushing, because he's more of a morph. He's CMC meets Jahmyr Gibbs meets Breece Hall in his prime. Even if Breece Hall, let's say, never returns, I'd say that so people don't think of Breece Hall the way they might right now. But this could be a 950. It also could be a 1050. It could be a 1,100-yard rusher. I tend to think that we're going to see about 1,100 yards on the ground. Jaden Blue gets a touchdown. That's a nice little run there. That's nice to see. Jaden Blue, good for you. Good for you. Jaden Blue, let's go.
Mashed potatoes!
Let's go. Jaden Blue, baby. Jaden Blue. You imagine not seeing Egbuka? Ninja, I'm trying to help you, bro. You don't seem to want to hear me. I'm trying to tell you that this right here is the next BTJ, the next Puka Nacua, the next elite wide receiver. This is a top potentially 7 to 8 wide receiver of the future. And it all starts now. Come on, Ninja, get with the program, bro. So 110 or 1,100 yards rushing. We'll call Hendy 8 TDs on the ground, 8 touchdowns on the ground. We're going to say 71 receptions for, let's say he gets 590 receiving and 4 receiving touchdowns. Even if we dumb this down to 3 or dumb this down to 7, either way, I do think he's getting 12 to 13 total touchdowns. This could even be 9. This could even be 9 or 10. I'm not scared of these numbers. This is what Hendy's going to produce. In hindsight, Hendy will have been worth a high second-round pick. In hindsight, Egbuka will have been worth a top 30 third-round pick. Nobody should draft them there. I'm not giving a license to go grab these guys there because you're packaging no risk at all if you don't. You need to bake the risk in. Hendy's going to win leagues for people. Egbuka is going to win leagues for people. And so will these guys right here. Charbonnet is going to win leagues for people. No one's higher on Charbs in this channel. I mean, from the beginning, from when he was drafted, when we created the Charbonnet video. Let me see if I can get this size right. There we go. Charbonnet is just a straight up monster. Just a straight up savage. Where's my Charbonnet video when I need it? It's right here.
Get Charbonnet. Pop open a nice bottle of Charbonnet.
Charbonnet season in the building in his old jersey to boot. Completion, Atlanta. For those that don't know this video, we went live on this topic. Brian Robinson Jr. traded to the Niners. He's, going to have to battle out with Garendo. I think people assuming that he's the backup right now. I mean, he could be, but it's certainly not locked in. Charbonnet is going to climb up boards. He already is right now. Everybody's acting like they're inventing the Charbonnet train too. This guy's probably going to run for 1,000 yards this year. Do I think that Walker is still going to be involved? Yes, I do. But at some point, they're trading him or he gets injured. It's just the way it's going to be. I think that, do we have a 1,200-yard season? Of course, he could rush for more than that. But do I think he rushes for 1,200 yards this year? I do. I think, and even if it's a pacing type of thing, we'll take it as it comes. But I just feel like by week 4, he's the starter, if not sooner. Mid-season monster doesn't even seem appropriate anymore. In fact, we'll probably just take Charbonnet and head over to the Moon Man.
The Moon Man, dropping loads in outer space.
And
Space Monsters.
I don't know. I want to keep Mims on here. For right now, I'm just going to move Mims over just so we don't have a crowded thing. I'm going to put Sharbs on here. I know Sharbs is on both lists right now. I could take him off the midseason monster list, but he still has that midseason monster feel to him too, though. So I don't know that I want to remove it yet. We'll play it by ear. But Charbonnet is 1,200 yards, 12 TDs. What was his reception? Ziggy, how many receptions did Zach Charbonnet have in 2024?
In the 2024 season, Zach Charbonnet had 42 receptions for 340 yards for the Seattle Seahawks.
Ziggy, how many receiving touchdowns did Zach Charbonnet have in 2024?
In the 2024 season, Zach Charbonnet had 1 receiving touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, so we're looking at potentially, if I had to guess on Zach Charbonnet, let's just give him 1,100 yards and assume that he doesn't take the job the entire season. That could happen in week 1. Let's give him 11 TDs, 1,111. Let's give him 50. And what was it? It was 395 and 2 TDs. And then let's move this to 10. 1,100. Or actually, even if we went like this, let's say it takes him a little bit of time. 1050, 10 touchdowns, 50, 395, 2 TDs, 12 total. This wins leagues. This is a league winner. This is a guy that's taking you to at least Saturn.
To Saturn.
League winner. These are all league winners. This bleeding talent. Winning. That's what we're doing here this year. Just straight up winning. As is this guy. This guy's going to take you to the promised land. RJ Harvey is a machine. A monster. A 1,100-yard rushing. This is not Alvin Kamara, who has never rushed for 1,000 yards before, by the way. This is a guy that runs better than Alvin Kamara. Oh, did Smitty just say it's better than Alvin Kamara? How can you say that? Because I predicted Alvin Kamara. No, I'm not just claiming all this. I did it on NBC and CBS Sports Radio. Called Alvin Kamara top 5 running back before he took a snap. When he got drafted into one of the most crowded backfields in the NFL. In NFL history, one of the most crowded backfields. Adrian Peterson, Mark Ingram. Kamara caught 81 receptions his rookie year. Do you know what he ranked? Number 4 RB. Number 4. Do you know Mark Ingram on the team finished as running back 9? Or 7 or 9? Travis, was it 7 or 9? I forget. We looked at it the other night. It was either 7 or 9. I'll have Travis look it up real quick, or if he remembers. 7 or 9. Mark Ingram, I believe it was 9. Mark Ingram was running back 9, at least, and Kamara was running back 4. And people are worried about J.K. Dobbins, the most inefficient running back in the National Football League last year. 81 receptions for Kamara. This is a better running back than Alvin Kamara in terms of running the football. Now, receiving, Alvin Kamara is about as good as it gets. I think he could be just as good receiving the ball in a McVay system, or in a Sean Payton system. But running the ball, he's better. He's better than Alvin Kamara running the ball. Alvin Kamara never runs for 1,000 yards. He has never run for 1,000 yards. He is a better rusher between the tackles. 1,100 yards, 10 TDs on the ground, minimum. 70 receptions, 70 times, let's call it 70 times, we'll call it 500, and we'll call this 2 to 3 touchdowns. This is a top 6 to 10 running back, maybe top 5 to 10 running back. He wins leagues. Even if, let's say he had just 900 yards. Let's say they use him in that way. This is still a top 6 to 10 running back. I mean, RJ Harvey is taking people places this year. You're either on board or you're off.
To Saturn.
That's all there is to it. Don't believe it? I don't care. I really don't. The people that want to believe it, that's fine. The people that don't, I really don't care. I'm not stopping for you. I'm not stopping and trying to convince you to win. My job is to tell you, and for those that listen, great, congratulations. People that have listened to the stuff on the channel so far have been winning all offseason, and yet people want to come in and hate and say, you said this, you said, well, why are we winning pretty much everything so far? Hunter, gold, ADP gold, round number 6 to 7. I don't understand this ADP. This is some of the best value, period. And what's crazy is in your IDP leagues, he's a cheat code. And in your IDP leagues, he might be ranked number 4 overall. Depending on your scoring format, you need to look at the projections to see what your format's projecting for him. He might be number 1 out of wide receivers. And the thing you got to understand is these rankings don't even include good receiving production. They're all very safe and overly anxious Anguses with their projections. You're looking at a lot of like 805 TDs for his receiving production, and he's still ranking 1 for wide receivers and like 4 or 5 overall projected in the first round in IDP. When my projections, and now we'll get into not just IDP, but just understand that if in IDP he ranks that high with bad projections, imagine where he ranks number 1 overall if you give him my projections. What's he going to do this year? 80 plus receptions, 1,100 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns through the air, 150 to 200 rushing, and an additional 2 to 3 rushing touchdowns. That means he's a 12 to 13 touchdown guy. He's a 1,250 to 1,300 total yard player with 80 plus receptions. That is a top 10 wide receiver. And while you say, how's this happen? How's T-Law's got to be what, number 5? No. T-Law can be QB, which he can very easily be. QB 7, QB 8. That's all T-Law has to be to support this, because 1,100 yards for him, 1,400 yards for BTJ. T-Law is easily going to throw that amount of yardage plus the excess amount to feed to other players, but he does oversaturate. He proved that with Ingram. He can definitely oversaturate, but this is T-Law is going to have a chance to throw for 4,000 yards. And if this is 10 touchdowns, remember 2 or 3 of his 13 are coming from the ground. So if this is like a 10 touchdown guy, and let's say BTJ pulls in 13, that's 23. You don't think he can throw 23 touchdowns plus the additional 5 or 6 to the other players that he spreads the ball around to, you really think T-Law under a Liam Cohen system can't deliver 10 touchdowns to Hunter and 12 or 13 to BTJ? And what if BTJ has 11 or 10, but also runs in 2 touchdowns? I don't understand. I don't understand why people aren't excited about this situation. It's just one of the best values. Egbuka and Hunter, I have leagues where I've drafted Garrett Wilson. I have this league right here where I drafted Garrett Wilson. This is in my 10-man, long-time, 20-plus year buddy league. Well, half of the league's been together 20 years. We merged with another group, but we've been playing for over 20 years, the group of us that merged with this other, it's like the Brady Bunch. I drafted Egbuka and RJ Harvey. I've got Debo. I've got Garrett Wilson. I'm very tempted to trade or figure out how to maneuver out of Garrett Wilson here because I want to start Egbuka and Hunter. I think Egbuka and Hunter could be the craftiest wide receiver 1 and 2 in builds where you just stack the talent. Like if I traded Kyron and Garrett to go get Gibbs, or something, I'm tempted to do it. Because I'm fine, but I also love this depth. But I am very tempted to start Egbuka over Garrett Wilson in week 1. That's how strongly I feel about Egbuka. That's how strongly I feel about Travis Hunter. That's how strongly I feel about them surviving you a season as your at least wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3. If you go RB on draft day, or trade to give yourself what would be the equivalent in a trade to get the RB, and you've got Hunter and Egbuka and Debo, you're fine. You have one of the craftiest wide receiver rooms that people are going to doubt, but you're going to win. Hunter's going to win leagues. The Hunter doubters are insane. The people that don't know ball, like the people that are in the chat now saying he can't play both sides of the ball, but they just don't know ball. They just don't know ball. You know who doesn't know ball? When they say things about Travis Hunter the way that they say them. Egbuka, Hunter, RJ Harvey, Hendy, Sharps, all league winners. Let's hit these super chats. Appreciate every single one of you. Viral with the $20 hauler. That gets immediate attention. Appreciate you, Viral. Let me see if we got any other $20 haulers that need immediate mother freaking attention right now. Viral, appreciate you. Viral says the following. You're on the clock in the 4th round. Oh, and yes, and I'm doing a draft here with everybody. Oh, no. Oh, you're on the clock in the 4th round going running back in the first. I thought you were telling me I was on the clock in a draft. I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm doing a follower draft right now. And I thought you were telling me I was on the clock. Maybe I am on the clock, though. No, I'm not. We're doing a Superflex follower draft we called it Snipe City League that we created a few years ago. It's a redraft league, but it's called Snipe City. And it's Superflex. And I have Burrow, Bucky, Nico, Hendy, Penix Jr., Worthy, Debo. And I drafted Debo on the clock on the last live stream. That's that draft. So I'm right there in the middle of round 8. But you're just asking me hypothetically. You're on the clock in the 4th round after going running back in the first 3 rounds, which is what I did here in this buddy league draft. In fact, I went running back. I went 4 straight running backs. I went Bajan, Bucky, Kyron, and Henderson in back-to-back picks. Took Garrett Wilson. Almost regret it in a way because I love Egbuka, Debo, who are on my bench, and Harvey. I'm probably going to shop Garrett Wilson. And I love Kyron, but I might shop Garrett Wilson and Kyron and try and go get Gibbs in something. Who do you take? Rice, Worthy, DK Sutton, or Brees? Then in round 5, the options are Hunter, Harvey, Pickens, Egbuka, Ridley, Judy, or Williams. If you can get, Worthy's safe. Worthy's the safest. I don't mind going Worthy and then going Harvey, then Hunter or Buka, but I'm also not afraid to go Rashee Rice with this pick, bro. Rashee Rice, and then you're going to get Harvey, and then you're going to get Hunter or Egbuka. And if you could get Hunter, then Egbuka, because it's a grandma league, then I'm doing that. But hard to say what to do. Part of me wants, I'm not going to tell you to do this, but part of me wants to have Harvey, Hunter, Egbuka, but you got to be smart. And with this Rice pick, probably go Rice or Worthy. Chat, would you go Rice or Worthy right now? Please vote for Viral. He dropped a $20 hauler. He needs our help. Please vote Rice or Worthy, Worthy or Rice. Drop it in the chat. I wouldn't draft both of them in a non-best ball. In best ball, I would if it was best ball, but in non-best ball, it's a little bit different, my boy. $2 hauler. Brees Hall, Achane are steals. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Ray G. I definitely agree. $2 hauler, thank you for your super chat. Redraft except Kyron and Tet for Hunter and Hendy. I would take Hunter and Hendy without a hesitation. Doesn't mean I don't like both sides, but that's an easy call for me. Dynasty got offered Debo and a 27 first rounder for Pollard and a third rounder. Already have it. Dynasty, you got offered Debo and a 27 first for Pollard and a third. Debo and a first rounder crushed Pollard and a third. I don't even understand that trade. I'd be thin at running. I don't care. Pollard's not guaranteed anything for even this year, let alone the future. So that's an easy move. You could even just move into something else after that, bro. You're getting better trade pieces. And then you just go shopping with new pieces. It'll be easier to create deals because you got a new assortment of picks to give up and everything. Thoughts on Pearsall? I like him. Just everybody's overhyping him, bro. This is the most overhyped player I've ever seen. Since it reeks of. I like him. He's very good, but everybody's talking him up as if the expectation is what everybody thought Jalen Waddle would be for so many years. What everybody thought that Deontay Johnson would be for so many years. This is getting a little out of control. I like him, but he's not a wide receiver one. Just want to put that out there. I'm not saying he's not going to be a wide receiver one for the Niners this year necessarily, but he's not a fantasy football wide receiver one. He's not a fantasy football wide receiver two either. He could be an elite wide receiver three, but that's not where people are drafting him or expecting his value to be. Taking Bijan at 2, stuck on who to pick in the second round. Wide receivers are Ladd, Higgins. Don't take Higgins in the second round, bro. That's awful. Milton out, scrambling around. Can't get any protection at all. It's so bad when people judge Milton when he's getting just completely smashed. And it was wide receivers running bad routes. He's running all over the place. His line's collapsing. And he's still getting it done. Ladd's too early. Higgins is way too early. You need to probably go. If Bucky's there, obviously, bro. Blue's still in the game. I love to see that. Let's see Blue pop off a run here. I'm going Chase Brown or Bucky if they're there. Obviously, London, obviously. And if they're gone, I don't know. You'd have to give me a different list. You only gave me 2 guys, and I don't want these guys. I'm not forcing a wide receiver. If this is the way you think it's going to be, if you think London's going to be there, then I love that. If you think Bucky's going to be there or even Chase Brown, but you want wide receiver, go Lamb. Go Lamb and Bucky. Go Lamb and Chase Brown. I love Bijan too, but I'm not gonna draft Ladd, McConkey, or Higgins because you feel pressured to. Those are not players you drafted your second drafted player. And I like Ladd McConkey. That's not to say Ladd's not good. I know someone's going to say, what do you have against Ladd McConkey? I don't have anything against Ladd McConkey. I like Ladd. That was a nice throw by Milton, by the way. So I need more players, Johnny. I like the idea of going Bijan no matter what. I love Bijan. Is Blue okay? Did Blue... He didn't get hurt or anything, right? I think people were trying to talk to him. I think he's fine. They're punting, so I think he just came off the field and they talked to him. I don't know what happened. Anybody see what happened with Blue right there? Were they just speaking to him? The camera was just on him or what? Yeah, liking Lad McConkey. Why is everybody talking to Blue right now? What happened? Maybe I got to rewind this. Hopefully they show it. Let me rewind this. What happened? Why do they keep going to Blue? I don't think he got hurt. They're not looking at him. Did he like fumble the ball or something? Let's see. Let me take this play back. All right, Blue's in the backfield. Jaden Blue, by the way, 1,161 yards, 5.4 a pop, 11 TDs, 214 carries, receiving 56 for 503. What a season for Blue. All right, so Milton's in the gun, Blue's to his left. Does he miss a block or something? Why are they talking to him? No, that was a great block. So maybe they're talking to him because it was good pass protection. Okay, so here comes, look at, yeah, they're highlighting Blue right now. The vision on this kid. What a block. What good pass pro, baby. What good pass pro. That's why they're talking to him. Dak Prescott walked right up to him after, grabbed him and put his hand on his shoulder. And I was wondering what happened. And they're all walking up to him. And they're like, all of them are talking to Blue. They're like, grabbed his shoulder. We had Deuce Vaughn walk up to him and he's trying to get his attention. And Dak walked up to him, put his hand on his shoulder. I'm like, what's happening? Because I have no audio. And I'm like, what are they doing? What's going on here? They were talking to him about how amazing his vision was. Picking up that block across on the other side of the line. Picked up a insane. That's awesome. Good day for Blue. Good day for Blue. Dak loved that. Dak walked up to him and said, that was what you need to do to be my running back. That's fantastic. Blue, next time, Blue's going to be up in value and everyone's going to be racing to the Blue train, right? Midseason monster. Midseason monster. Oh, I like Blue a lot. Let me come out. Let me give you a bold prediction. Blue's going to be a sleeper. Almost 400 people in the chat. We got 418 right now and only 100 thumbs up. So Wes is correct. Guys, what are we doing right now? Hitting the like button. It really does help the channel. Please listen to Wes for once. Let's all listen to Wes for once. This sounds like Wes is actually onto something for once too. Wes, thank you. Appreciate you. Let's give Wes a... I don't want to say rare W for Wes, but that is definitely a W for Wes. The Breece Hall fear is setting in hard with Allen looking good. I'm holding or buying the dip. He's the same talent, the best running back in the room, easy. I agree, Coble. I agree. We've been talking about buying Breece at the low value, and if he falls to 5, forget about it. It's league winning. It's league winning in 4, to be honest with you. Panther says, rank, please. Worthy, Hunter, Pickens, J-Mo, Ridley. Hunter and Pickens and Worthy are all very close. Mini tier break, J-Mo, Ridley, really close. I would probably say if in a vacuum, Dynasty, obviously I'm going Hunter, but in a vacuum, if my life is on the line and I need 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns or 10, I think I'd probably lean Pickens. But I tend to draft Hunter a little bit more. A little bit more risk, but a little bit more upside. Worthy's pretty damn safe. Pickens is damn safe. Hunter's higher risk than both of them, but higher reward than both of them. So I probably venture to say that Pickens is a really, really safe call. Probably the most safe call. And then Hunter is the one you're going to risk the biscuit for. Scare money, don't make money kind of thing. Dak is out there stretching. He looks like he wants to get on the field, but of course he's not playing today. He's got no pads on. He's in sweatpants. We just saw Jaden Blue maybe become a man today. I think Jaden Blue got his stripes. I'm not saying he earned the job yet. That's why he's a mid-season monster. And he's also a moon man.
The moon men, dropping loads in outer space.
We got a couple overlapping players. Jaden Blue, Moonman, Sharp,
Space Monsters.
Moonman. Both also are eclectic selections on the midseason monster list. There's some overlap sometimes. What a baller. It's a tough call, Panthers. You're asking almost an impossible question, though, to be honest. Do you hate Pickens over? Do I hate Pickens over Hunter round 5? Do I have, you mean? I think we just answered that question. I think safety, Pickens, upside with more risk, Hunter. Both of them are marvels in round 5. I want to own both of them in a league where people think my wide receivers are weak, but they're not. Holman plus a late 26-second for JCM. I'd rather have JCM.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You know what we need to do maybe? See this blank space up in the wall? Maybe we do some sort of highest super chats during the season. Get written up on the wall in permanent marker. We'll run out of space to where you can see them. Maybe if we do this though, you can see it. I could always angle it over there a little bit. That would work. What am I doing here? Coleman, oh yeah, thank you for the super chat, my boy. Appreciate you. Inherited a dynasty team, first time 0.5 PPR, Kyler, T. Law, JJ, Saquon, Najee, Debo, Pickens, Ridley, Komet, Otten, Dobbs, Goddard, Shaheed. Thought it had potential for a rebuild. Ideas for the draft. This one's tough, bro. I'd probably say I mean, you got to get rid of Saquon, and you're not going to like this, but I'm getting rid of JJ too, just because you can't afford to not build. Like, you can't win this. You can't win this. You could almost, I mean, he could almost win this year. He kind of could if all went well, but the problem is you'll be left with nothing if Barkley gets injured and just ends up being worn down to a nub. You'll have just JJ. You could keep JJ, trade Barkley, and still get value that's quietly as good, divided up and diluted though, and then keep JJ and then try and win this year. But you could also make two trades where you walk out and you do something like this. Let me move my team out of the way. What a team. What a 10-team marvel. You could take potentially JJ and turn that into Hendy and Rice. You could take Barkley and turn that into Harvey and Hunter. And these are just examples. Obviously, the person that has Harvey might not have Hunter, vice versa. And then maybe you're giving something else in addition to this. You might have to give up a couple seconds, maybe a 2028 first rounder or whatever. But I'm trading Barkley for Harvey and Hunter and a first rounder from like 2028. So I think if you were to make this move and build this way, and then you'd have Pickens on this team, you'd have a squad to start with for sure. That's kind of how I probably would approach this. Now you could keep JJ and just do this move and probably still compete because you got JJ, you got Harvey, you got Hunter, you got Pickens. It's still a good team, but if you're trying to rebuild it in your own way, I'd probably look at dividing and conquering. Now, trading JJ is never easy, but if you get, let's say, a London and a Harvey, you get a Breece Hall and Hendy or something like that, or you trade JJ for BTJ and Breece Hall. You know, that's something you could consider doing. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Henry sniped Breece, Pollard, Olave trade ideas. Henry sniped. I don't know what this means. If you were in another question with the draft or something. Breece, Pollard, Olave trade ideas. I don't know. No one's buying any of these three guys, bro. There's no trade idea I can come up with. Breece, Pollard, Olave. No one wants Olave right now. I try for Hunter. All of this for Hunter, all of this for Hendy, all of this for Hampton, all of this for maybe Kyron, all of it for London, all of it for BTJ. That's kind of where I go. Past that, Yosef, I don't have much information. It's kind of vague. Appreciate you dropping it, though. Hopefully that helped. Would you trade Pickens for Egbuka straight up in a redraft? In a redraft is pretty close, man, because Pickens is going to ball. In a dynasty, I want Egbuka. So I don't know what the context is there. Should I trade? Should I just do CMC for Brian Thomas Jr. straight up? Yes. If that's the best you can do, I would draft that way. So absolutely. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Appreciate you, Hang, for dropping that. Doing a draft right now. I have Genty and BTJ. I'm number 8 in the draft spot. Do I draft a wide receiver, tight end, or running back next? Bro, this is not how you draft. You don't just draft a position. How the hell do I know? Dude, this is like me saying, no matter what, as you're driving down the court, bro, I want you to do a right-handed layup. Okay? No matter what what if the entire left side of the court is open? You still going to dribble with your right hand all the way down and try and do a right-handed layup? You know what I'm saying? Like, why on earth would I tell you to draft a receiver or a running back? Put a blindfold on, Ramirez. You in just draft. Why even draft at all? Just put a blindfold on and draft a position. You got to draft what the board gives you, my boy. You have to take what is there and make sure you grab the best player available. And the fact that you're balanced with BTJ and Genty, you have the freedom to take the best player available without losing a single wink of sleep. Vaughn is now back in there. Looks like that might rotate Vaughn and Blue all game. This could be interesting. So, Ramirez, if you could give me a list of the players you're kind of weighing, I will help you. But never, ever, ever draft a cemented-in strategy like, do I go wide receiver or running back? That's what you're going to hear out of cookie cutter content creators. Mickey Mouse type stuff. I was in a 10-man league. Thank you, Jay, for the super chat. I was 10th and went McCaffrey. Oh, you didn't listen to me. You haven't been watching my show all offseason. I can tell that. You just got back into the saddle. McCaffrey got Collins on the turn like that. 3rd, Kittle. Looks like you're a Niner fan. That's why. 4th, Hampton. 5th, Henderson. Bo Nix is your QB. What do I think? I think you got a massive steal in Hampton and in Henderson, which accounted for all the risk that you took with Christian McCaffrey. But now if it's me, I'm flipping McCaffrey for Lamb. If I can give up a little something, not any of the players you've mentioned, lower than that, I'm going and getting maybe BTJ or London and something for McCaffrey if I can, because something tells me your league will give up more. I think McCaffrey's worth that. Bro, I would trade McCaffrey so quickly. That is a great team, and you have amazing running backs. And you can afford to do that now. Smitty, I went back-to-back trying to go 3-peat. The show really helped. 12-man, 9-pick. Neighbors, Genty, and Nico. Or Nico. Neighbors, Genty, or Nico. Genty. 2nd turn, HM, Bucky, Bowers, London. Bucky or London. If you want balance, London and Bucky are close enough that all things are equal. You could go London and have balance walking into round 3 and 4, and maybe you hammer out a JD5 or a quarterback, and then you take Hendy in round 4. Hampton in round 4 and Harvey in round 5, or Hampton in round 4 and Hendy in round 5, like the other guy if it's a grandma league. CeeDee Lamb, get away from the sideline. Good Lord, he walked right out to the white chalk again. Lamb's out there going like this again, right near the field. Get out of the way, Lamb. He got leveled by the ref last time. Smitty, I think I went back. Okay, so Genty for sure. And if it's me, I go Genty Bucky. But I could go Genty London pretty easily. But me, I go Genty Bucky, and I don't really look back. That's what I'm talking about. I traded Breece Hall for Trevion Henderson, and my team is now Mahomes, Genty, Henderson, St. Brown, Harrison Jr., Rice, benches, Braylon Allen. Bro, you did a great job. Smitty approved that trade 100% of the time.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Imagine if Milton was throwing to lamb chops, and Dak and Milton are, the cuff. You got to own both of them. They're going to ball. They're going to straight up ball this year. Need running back help. Trade advice for my team, PPR 12-man league. Achan, Nico, Garrett Wilson, JD5, Hunter, Pickens, Ingram, Mason, Charbonnet, Garendo, Tootin, Mims. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, pal. I think I'm probably... Look, I love Hunter, Pickens, and Nico. I'm trading Garrett Wilson. So Garrett Wilson and Mason. Garrett Wilson for Hendy. Garrett Wilson and Mason for Hendy. Garrett Wilson and Mason for Hampton. Garrett Wilson and Mason for Kyron. Try all of those, my boy. Danny, you get that? I think you're in business. Your receivers are good enough to suffice without it. My main, thank you, Silver Surfer. My main am Smitty. My main man Smitty, maybe? Draft tomorrow, 10-man, 0.5, tight end, bonuses. What is the plan? Like what to look for in a 10 versus 12? 10-man, 0.5 PPR tight end bonuses. I would say I'm not somebody that just drafts Bowers or a McBride because it becomes tight end premium, or I'm sometimes thinking outside the box in that I'm liking Ingram so much this year, and Kyle Pitts is a bounce back this year because he costs you very little, that I'm really looking to potentially just capitalize on that and to continue to, while others grab early tight ends, I'm fine going with a guy I think it's going to explode. So I'll probably just say my strategy doesn't change much. 10-man, I'm probably still going RB. Would I consider McBride if he was there in the third round? Yeah, but I don't know if he will be I don't know what the bonuses are really. Maybe they're minimal. But I just think Evan Ingram and Kyle Pitts, relatively speaking, it's relative. It's all relative. Relatively speaking, they climb as much as, the other guys. So I'm going to, and you're going to have people still sleeping on the later you get, the more that tight end bonus won't even affect people. They'll be like, Kyle Pitts will be a steal. Kittle, Laporta, Garrett Wilson, McLaurin, James Cook, B. Hall, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, DeAndre Swift. What is this regarding? Oh, the question was who to take next. Not James Cook, not Aaron Jones, not DeAndre Swift. I'm going to go the best player here. This is the best player available. Part of me feels like, Ramirez, you're not listing Hampton or Hendy. Hampton or Hendy, I would take over all of these guys. Do you happen to know if they're available? If so, then I'm smashing that. I'm thinking they are. Based on the fact that James Cook is here, this feels a little bit... The fact that Swift is even being mentioned here. I don't know what platform this is. This is suggesting Swift right here. Gifted memberships by... Is that the Bolt? Is that the Bolt? Silver Surfer 1988. What is no, that's not the Bolt. What's your normal name isn't Silver Surfer. What is it? What did you change it to? What'd you change it from? I'm blanking out on what your YouTube handle used to be. Thank you very much for the gifted memberships, my boy. Dropping fire. Appreciate you. 10 gifted memberships from Silver Surfer. Guys, thanks, Silver, for dropping 10 gifted memberships.
Alert. Super chat alert.
People asking for exact draft advice is funny. I don't want to say I agree with you because I do appreciate the questions and I love answering them. And if I come off like a different, I'm sorry. Bosshorn Deckard. Deckard, that's right. Deckard, I was a little confused on remembering what your old handle was. Deckard, appreciate you. Bosshorn Deckard. Now Silver Surfer. Dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Bowers in 2 wins millions on underdog cheat code. He can. Depends on, if you drafted early, if you drafted in like right when underdog opened, like February, March, April, whatever, leading into the draft, January, I believe that we are going to have a lot of potential league winners with Bowers in round 2 and McBride in round 2. McBride in round 3 especially. Reason being is we had Hunter, Harvey, Hendy, Hampton, Egbuka. All of those sleepers were so deep in the draft. We could go early tight end and not chase the positions. We just cleaned up with our sleepers. But the problem is when the rest of the fantasy community finally catches up to our astute and unbelievably accurate and amazing sleeper predictions here on this channel, it takes away some of the allure of doing the early tight end draft strategy because you can no longer catch up as easily and you're chasing the position. So I will agree with you that if you drafted on underdog early in the offseason and got Bowers in round 2, McBride especially in round 3, we had such a strategic advantage because our teams didn't miss a beat. They looked like monsters with Bowers in round 2. Now you draft a Bowers in round 2 team and it hits a little different. It definitely hits a little different. Let's go. Smitty, got my bro Alex watching with me right now, and maybe he starts tuning in more often. Clark doing it live, getting his bro in here. Alex's brother to
Let
the moon.
him cook.
Alex's brother, appreciate you. Or Alex. Is Alex your brother? Hold on. Where'd I get Alex from? Clark, thank you. Alex is your brother. Okay, Alex, appreciate you. And Alex's brother, Clark, to the moon for recommending the show, being unselfish. Appreciate that. I'll send you both to the moon right now. How's that?
To the moon.
Thank you, Clark. Appreciate you spreading the love and the word. Half PPR, I have 1.1. I want Bajan, then best running back in round 2. Thoughts on JSN or Hill in round 3? Again, Ninja, you're planning like so many others without even considering the board. I don't condone the way that you're looking at this. I do tend to say I do like to go RB. What kind of pump fake was that? It was like a backhanded tennis hit. He was running, and while he was running, he put his hand on the ball. His hands must be small. I don't think his hands are very big, because when he was running, he couldn't pump fake normally. He had to put his hand on the ball like a backhand tennis hit. You know, when people can't do a backhand without they don't have the strength. He put his hand on the ball and he goes. He was running like this, and instead of going like that, he wanted to throw it like this. So he put his hand on it and he goes. If I ever saw someone put 2 hands on the ball and go like that, the last thing I think is they're actually going to throw it. That was wild. Ninja, don't plan anything. I mean, expect maybe that's what you want to do, sure. So, Bijan, Bucky, if London's there, you take London. JSN, Tyreek Hill. I like JSN, but I don't know. In grandma leagues, non-best ball, I'm going RB more than I'm doing anything else right now, because I don't love the 3rd round receivers. I love Rice in 4, Worthy in 4, Egbuka in 6, Hunter in 6, Debo in 6, 7. I just love those guys. They're league winners. And I'm not afraid to go RB. But I'm not planning that either, though. You know, I love Garrett Wilson, even though I feel like I can't even use him in this other league because I want to put Egbuka in there. That's what I'm saying. Egbuka, Debo, and Hunter and Rice, they're values. But I need more information than this, bro. Hill or you give me 2 players, Hill or JSN. JSN, if I've got to decide. Targets in round 4 or 5. Hendy, and I'd take Hendy in the 3rd. But Hendy, Hampton in the 3rd. Hampton or Hendy in 4. JSN sometimes falls to 4. Garrett Wilson's falling to 4 like clockwork lately. I don't even understand it. I don't know why Garrett Wilson, everybody's running away from Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. They're listening to people who have talked badly about the Jets, and everybody's running away. New to fantasy, 6-man. Whoa, 6-man. That might be our first 6-man in a while. Full PPR, Grandma League. Hurts, Jefferson, Nico, Neighbors, Ladd, Bijan, Chase Brown. Hawkinson benches, Harvey, Walker, Chuba, Rice. Wow, Rice on the bench. Any trade advice or just chill? Some of these guys can gain value. You're wanting to beef up because everybody's got good teams, and the waiver wire is full of players to grab. Like JCM's probably out there. Ja'Cory Crosky Merritt. Ollie Gordon's probably on waivers. Make sure you grab him. So after you do a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 here, I want you to go grab JCM, go grab Ja'Cory Crosky Merritt. If one of those guys is gone, Brashard Smith maybe. But I'm taking Walker, Chuba, and Ladd. Walker, Chuba, and Ladd. And Tet. And I'm trying to package a couple of those guys to get a Gibbs, a Genty, a Hendy, a Lamb, a BTJ, a St. Brown. So Walker and Tet. Walker and Tet for BTJ. Walker and Tet for London. Walker and Tet for Bucky. I'd start with those, Nolan, and just try and move those players that I mentioned around. We got a $20 hauler here somewhere. Where's this at? Silver Rapture in the building. Longest running watching follower that I think we have here now. And there's only one guy that can trump him that I know of anymore that's still around, because he was in the top 10 of the first viewers I ever had, and he's been here ever since. So Silver Rapture.
Let him cook.
Game ball goes to Silver. The only person that could trump him is, what's his damn name? Why am I forgetting his name? He's the kid that would always call from, I forget where he called from. God, what was it? Silver, what's his name? He went to military school to become an officer. And he was always on the Zoom calls. I'm forgetting his name. And he always looks and sounds like the guy from Entourage. The main star from Entourage. I forget. Dang it. What was his name? Alex. Alex? I think his name was Alex. And he hasn't been back for like a year, though, because he went to the military. But those are the 2 longest running people I've had. Appreciate both of you. Silver to the moon. Where's that $20 hauler? There's a $20 hauler up in here somewhere. I may have handled all of them, but I think... Oh, here it is. Worldwide West. Worldwide West coming in with a $20 hauler. Is that Wes? Or... No, it's not. This is a different Wes. We got 2 Wests in the building. Worldwide West, I forgot that's a different Wes. We got 2 super chats from Wes and 1 super chat from Worldwide West. Wes, I gotta tell you, Worldwide West is kind of a heavier name. He might have one up to you. Wes, I don't know. I mean, it seems pretty serious. And I remember Wes has been here before. Worldwide West, do it live.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you, my boy. Drafting an 8-man league tonight on Sleeper. Got the 6th pick. Lamb Gibbs seems to be falling to the 6th pick. I like that. I like that you get one of those, and that's where your mind's at. I'm taking one of those guys, too. If not, Genty's my saving grace pick there. It just is. And Genty, BTJ for the 10 pick. If you can get Genty in the 2nd pick, well, that's great. I mean, obviously, you're crushing it. End up getting Gibbs and Genty for my 3rd pick. Would you pass on Chase Brown or Kyron for Garrett? Yes, I pass on Garrett Wilson to go get Chase Brown or Kyron. And then I'd even grab Hendy in the 4th round and go running back. Because, bro, in an 8-man league, you're getting Rice, Debo, Buka, maybe Worthy. Like, go running back, unless you can't start 4 running backs. If you can only start 2 in a flex, then I'm considering like a JD5 or quarterback in the mix there to be a difference maker. But my boy, you can get away with passing on wide receiver for a little while. I'm not saying you have to do that, and of course, take what the board gives you. But the 3rd round running backs and 4th round running backs are so fire, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let us know how you do. Will you come back and let us know what your team looks like? Can we have an extraterrestrial convo, please? Not right now, Wes. We're in the middle of this stuff. Please open your phone line for me without apprehension. I have got to get back to work. Don't be... Look, Wes, I'm in the middle of super chats. Also want to know what your favorite favorite of all time is. I don't know, Wes. We'll get to that in a second. I'm getting through these super chats. Pickens or Harvey? I'm going to go Harvey, but I want both of them, bro. I want both of them. Thoughts on all KC Atlanta team? In best ball, love it. In non-best ball, it's not bad. It's just, come on. Milton delivers a great football and you drop it. What are you supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? You're a bunch of Mickey Mouse wide receivers out there. You're laughing like, oh, this is good. This is funny. Can't believe I dropped that, Holden. My name's Holden. I can't believe I dropped that. You're an NFL receiver. Unbelievable. Poor guy Milton's trying to do damage out here. And these guys, give him Lamb and Pickens, please. Suit him up. I don't mind this Silver Surfer, but you're definitely, risking it in non-best ball to stack 2 teams. But if you do it perfectly, they'll probably carry each other in a way that you're fine. Are you saying Henderson when you say Hendy? Yes, I am. And don't take us the wrong way, Ramirez, but I can tell your league is easy to probably walk over. You can walk over everybody, just blow them out of the water. Because it sounds like your settings and your suggested ranks are all off. The fact that you even mentioned Swift in like the first 3-4 rounds is wild to me. So I don't know what platform, if that's ESPN, that Swift is being even suggested to you as a 3rd or 4th round pick. That is wild. That tells me that Hendy could go in round 4. That tells me Harvey could go in round 5, 6. That tells me that Travis Hunter could go in 6, 7. That tells me Egbuka could go in 6, 7, 8. And bro, focus on those names. Focus on those names for me in your draft. You understand? In all those rounds, you scoop up all those players, and you're bringing home. Oh wow, was that the game right there? No, I mean the half. Sorry, the game. Was that was a kick at the half? That's nice. Clark, appreciate you. Hunter is available. Take him. Well, what I'm trying to tell you, Ramirez, is I think you can clean up your league. I think you can get those guys around those rounds that I just read off. So rewind that and write those down. Because if Hunter's not anywhere at all suggested in round 5, then you take him in 6. If Harvey's not even looking close to a 5th round pick on your platform, try and get him in round 6. Egbuka, don't grab him in 5 or 6 because we love him there. Grab him in 6, 7 if you can get away with it. Just go back and listen to what I just said. Pause it, write down those names. Make sure you're drafting those guys. Dropped Garendo for Keaton Mitchell. Thoughts? I'm fine with that. I think Keaton Mitchell's a league winner. I think Garendo could be too, but I don't mind that at all. Mason or Travis Hunter? This is what Mason's not close to Travis Hunter. That's what I'm saying. The platform seems like it's suggesting a lot of wild stuff. Like Swift along the likes of like Garrett Wilson and those guys. I don't understand how Swift gets in there. And also make sure you get on over to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Year-round rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators. This might really help you get ready for your league. Also Patreon. Ramirez, if you join the Patreon, $10 a month, that's the price of a cup of coffee. You could jump into the Patreon. Pacheco scoring a touchdown. You could jump into the Patreon and get some advice, my boy. Mahomie, nice. Rock out. Phone lines aren't open. You're a Moon Man, Mars Man, so I'm opening it for you. Rashi? Wow.
Right, killing it.
Yeah, bro, they're going to throw. Casey's going to throw so much this year. We're going to be historically correct on this KC Chief prediction, and everybody's going to get right back on board and pretend they never said the things that they said. We're going to be historically correct on the KC Chiefs. Watch everybody crawl back into the Chiefs fold and talk about it in a very different light. Eagles Jets box score. By the way, let me just read this off real quickly. Rock out, and then I got to get to these super chats, so you're gonna have to be brief. Let me see if I can refresh this damn page. Come on, ESPN. What is going on here? Trying to be you're a box score, Bobby. All right, prepare for take one. All right, action.
He's a box score, Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score, Bobby. He's a box score, Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
All right, let's go over to the KC game here. Man, I can't believe the Chiefs allowed Mahomes to throw 13 times in this game. 8 of 13 for 143 and a touch. Mahomes looks so top 5 ready. Pacheco 3 for 21 and a touch, 7 yards a pop. Rashard Smith got 2 carries, only 1 yard, but this is a great cuff. Rashee Rice 2 for 13 and a touch. Rashard Smith 1 catch for 12 yards. He looked good. Rashard Smith looked good there. Zacchaeus might be a sleeper this year. I don't know. He's been playing great. I know 3 of 37. He's the only guy making Caleb look good right now. Caleb was 8 for 11, 0 touchdowns, 0 INTs. I don't know if Caleb's still playing. Did they take him out? I imagine they will, because Gardner Minshew's in already. But maybe they want Caleb to end on a positive note. I don't know. 8 of 11, 68 yards. 2 for 18 on the ground. I don't know. All right, Rock Out. Hold on one second. Let me just get this news out, or these super chats out real quickly. Rock Out. Let me see if I can do it. Smitty, what do I get as a 10 pick first 3 rounds? DJ, I can't give you. I want to give you what I want to give you an idea of what I would do, but I can't just give you what I would draft. If it were that simple, there'd be no show. You know, it'd be like, hey guys, real quickly, if you have number 3, you're getting this guy, this guy, this guy. See you all next year. You know what I mean? In a vacuum, I want Genty Bucky, Genty BTJ. I wouldn't be afraid to go Bucky BTJ if it needs to go that way to get it done. I'm not afraid to go Genty Bucky, though. I love that. If somebody else falls, Genty London would be great. London and Bucky would be great. And then, honestly, bro, I don't know. Hendy and Rock Out. I don't know what happened there, Rock Out. I'm honestly, I don't know what to tell you in the 3rd round. Hendy could go to in the 4th round. I don't want you taking Hendy in round 3 if you can get him in round 4. But DJ, I had no way to really. You're gonna have to give me names. Names is the only way I can really help you. I can't just draft for you in the 3rd draft slot in a 10-man league right now on the screen. It just doesn't really work that way. And I could give you those guys, and I think that might help. But Boss Horn Deckard. Yeah, that was it, man. Now I remember your old screen name. DJ says, Smitty, who do I get at the 10 pick first 3 rounds? Yeah, again, bro, I'm sorry. But I would definitely say Genty Bucky. 3rd round, I don't know. The 3rd round really just depended on what you'd taken and who's there. I can't really guess that far down for you. And again, I don't know if I would tell you to go Hendy in the 3rd round if you can get him in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you overdoing it, my boy. What do you think about Tracy this year? I think he's an okay player. Yeah, I think Cam is kind of a dangerous component here. So I'm not really drafting a lot of Tracy. Garendo will hold in Dynasty or drop Robinson signing. Depends who you can pick up. C-Dub. If you can pick up Ollie Gordon, go do it now. You can pick up Rashard Smith, I'd consider it. So, it's a good question, though. And I still like Orlando, and I still monitor the hell out of him. Move CMC for who? Who should I hold for now? I'd move him. I wouldn't have drafted him. I'd move him for Bucky. I'd give up a little bit if you need to. I'd move him for Hendy and something. I'd move him for Hampton and something. I'd move him for Harvey and something. I'd move him for Travis Hunter and something. So try and find out what those teams have in somethings and come back to me with the two players, and we'll see if we should do it. Would you do JCM and Tyler Warren for Kelsey? I'd rather have Tyler Warren over Kelsey. So why would I give up JCM as well? So absolutely not. But thank you for asking. CMC for BTJ got denied. What do you think of CMC for London? I like London more than BTJ, Owen. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that one live. Run it back. I like BTJ a lot, though, just so you know. By the way, Mahomes looks so good. Where's my Mahomes? Where can I find my Mahomes in chief? Where is that at? Do I have it here somewhere? Damn, here it is.
It's Chiefs season. Mahomes is scoring 45 plus touchdowns. Let them cook.
We're going to be so right on Mahomes. And all these anti-Mahomes content creators, these Mickey Mouse. Mahomes just isn't the same player. Mahomes just doesn't score like a top 5 QB anymore. I just don't expect this team. They can win by dragging it out, so that's how they'll play. They'll play because they've done it. That's how they'll play. Don't worry about the injuries. Don't worry about improving the offensive line. Don't worry about adding two of the most dynamic pass catchers. Really 3 if you include Worthy, just going back a year. Worthy, you got Rashee Rice. You've got Kelsey, still looks relevant. He caught that nice little touch, or this nice little over the middle of the field pass right there. Brashard Smith and Royals. Love all the doubters, man. Mahomes is going to make people lick their wounds. Just lick their wounds. Klondike is in jail. He will miss the draft. I DM'd. Klondike is in jail. So we're talking about the Movement Marsmen draft. Are you serious, bro? Klondike's in jail. Who are you? who are you to even tell us that? Are you his brother or his dad, or what are we doing here? Dude, Smitty has me crashing out on CMC. You should be. I mean, you can get a lot for him though, my bro. So don't sell him cheaply. He's worth a lot. People are drafting this guy like you did in the top 5 or 6 or 7. They want me to trade Ted McMillan for tight end Warren. I'd rather have Warren in a vacuum. In Dynasty, in redraft, I think it's pretty even in redraft. Brandon, Dynasty. Trade ideas: Hurts, Herb, Bijan, Henry, Kyron, Sharps, JCM, Debo, Terry, Neighbors, Rice, Ayuk. Sinnott could get Ingram or Pitts from a guy he wants JCM. I'm fine giving up JCM for Ingram if you need a tight end, and look, that could be a really good trade for both of you. I'm also fine not trading him. But in a tight end premium, I would give up, and it's a premium, I'd give up JCM for Evan Ingram. Kyle Pitts, maybe even in a tight end premium, I do that. I mean, it's a tight end premium, bro. JCM or Sharps long-term. Sharps. Can you break down each? At the end of the day, bro, Sharps is proven to be a top 5 running back per start. And I love the kid. Love him. Love him. I love JCM, but there's still a lot of unknowns. I love both of them. There's just not. I mean, look, it's just what you've seen. There's the eye test, the gut test mixed with the numbers, but all this green highlighted territory. You take those 5 extrapolated games, and this is running back 2 overall. If you take these 5 games and stretch it out over 17 games, take the 5 divided by 5. get that 1 game average and multiply it by 17, it's running back number 2 last year. So Sharbs comes with the proven track record. JCM's an exciting prospect for sure. But yeah, I'm taking Charbonnet over him all day long. Heard you talking about your longest running follower. I've been with you since the FFX days, Smitty. Keep crushing it, brother. Hey, thanks, Matt. I appreciate you. What was your FFX name on the forums? And yeah, you would trump Silver. But he was here. Were you here on the YouTube channel commenting the whole time? Because that's what I was referencing. And maybe you have in your screen name changed, or you just haven't messaged. You didn't message a lot in the earlier days. But yeah, bro, you would qualify. I mean, you're talking about when I first started at 20, in the early 20s, my early 20s. This guy was with me over there on the content side. I'm glad you're over here. A lot of the content guys, they don't. It's weird how when I first started my channel at the head of 20,000 men, you know, that I had a forum of 20,000. And I thought, you know, starting a YouTube channel was going to be easy, and it didn't translate. I had to create like a secondary community of video watchers and then the content readers. It's really weird how it doesn't really overlap. Blackbeard's been on here YouTube since 2020. That's nice. That's nice, my boy. Blackbeard in the building since the pandemic. I love it. Matt, I appreciate you. DJ, I have an idea because I've been watching your show. Bucky was kept. If Genty is not there, then who to get at 10? Plan is getting Hendy in the 4th round. I don't know. BTJ, if Genty's gone, I mean, I don't mind grabbing Achan there, obviously. BTJ, St. Brown, Neighbors after that. If Neighbors is kept, then ignore that. But, I mean, just, DJ, give me a list of guys and I will rank them. You know what I mean? I can't decide what to do here. You got to give me players. You got to give me a list of players. If you give me a list of players, I will rank them for you and tell you draft these guys in this order. Phone lines open. Super chats are cleared.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I will answer super chats in order in which they're received on demand, on command. Milton's playing the whole game, it looks like. Oh, come on, stop dropping the ball! I'm so mad right now watching Milton throw these balls, having these Mickey Mouse drops, and literally people judge him. You know what a box score Bobby does? He pulls it up and says, oh, his completion percentage was awful. His completion percentage is completely awful. Please turn the show down in the background noise.
Hold on.
All right, everybody mute themselves. Everybody mute themselves, and I'll be with you in a second. Anybody that's not muted that has background noise will be hung up on. So everybody hang tight real quickly. I'm merging everybody in. Phone lines are going to be shut down in a second because we have way too many callers here. So everybody mute themselves. Everybody mute. You don't mute. If I hear a word, I'm hanging up on you. Okay. Blue's in there. Hey, who keeps talking?
Giovanni.
Bro.
Giovanni from New York.
What's your area? What's your Ramirez? Hold on a second. Let me send all you guys. The phone line's too crowded. It's already full here. Ramirez. Yeah, hanging up on you. I just said be quiet and mute. You got background noise like crazy.
I just lowered it. I just muted it.
All right. Mute yourself. Hold on. I'll be right with you. I'll give you another chance.
Okay.
All right. Let me add this one last caller. All right. Phone lines. Jeez, you guys. Phone lines are blowing up. Hold on. I'm going to have to do rapid fire on these. There's no way you guys can ask me. Everybody mute. I'm adding all of you to the phone line. Phone lines are, geez, we have like 15 people on the phone line. All right, phone lines are closed. No more calls. You call in, you're getting sent right to voicemail. All right, everybody mute themselves. Ramirez, remove yourself, Ramirez! Come on, bro. Milton just absolutely rushing like a monster. Who just talked again? Who just said that? I know it's Ramirez. I know it. Travis, you're live.
That's a nice pass by Milton.
Yeah, Milton looks so good. And the casuals, the box score bobbies are going to come in and say, his completion percentage, like that's what, if I go into, no offense to my boy Raj and Vlad and C-Mac, but they're very, very knowledgeable about ball, and they're very knowledgeable about the Niners. Let me just put that out there before I say this. But when it comes to things outside of the Niners, they're very, very casual sometimes. So like they'll be like, yeah, Milton's not. Anybody looking at this and just looking at a box score is going to say Milton has a lot of incompletions. His receivers, he's playing with nobodies, and they're dropping the ball left and right. He's got no Lamb, no Pickens. Imagine him throwing to Lamb and Pickens. Those guys have a catch radius of a small school bus, and these guys can't even catch a ball that's right on their numbers. And Milton would just look at this cannon. Oh, look at that touchdown throw by Milton. You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
Cook.
Sorry you had to see that.
Oh my God. And what a throw. Milton has a cannon. That was he just threw that like it was nothing too. That was like about a 40-yard throw, just on his, on one foot practically. God, Milton's so good. Imagine him. If he had Lamb and Pickens, two of the best jump ball catchers in the league, there's no incompletions. There's like 0 incompletions. 10 team is JCM for Godwin a disrespectful. Well, is JCM for Godwin disrespectful to you? I mean, you're disrespecting yourself if that's how you want to play it.
And off he goes.
I mean, I just got through telling you Godwin's one of the biggest no-go players this year. So, yeah, I mean, no way I'm going to take Godwin. And then this one, $10 Super Chat, IDP League in order picked Lamb, Henry, London, Wilson, McBride, Caleb, Hunter. How do you get Hunter this late in IDP? Is this league not very conducive to the Hunter scoring? Judkins, yeah, that was bad. Purdy, Downs, Bigsby, Tootin. I love the Bigsby, Tootin. Ray Davis, Boswell. Look, you did pretty good, bro. You did really good. I mean, London's a second rounder. So Henry's not even, that's not even that risky. Would I maybe trade? Phone lines are closed. I already said. Would I trade maybe Caleb, and would I try and get Henry traded for a safer upgrade maybe? Judkins, throw him in there. Downs, I don't know. But that's a great team. I'd say you're on your way, young man. You're on your way. That is a fantastic squad. Fantastic. All right, Travis, go ahead. Super chats are cleared.
Yeah, and I mean, that's even without Ferguson, the tight end, and then Devontae's good out of the backfield. I'm sure Jason Fields and Blue will be good out of the backfield. So
we're going to be,
once he's around that talent, it's a whole different story. Plus, he can run. He had 33 yards rushing tonight.
And the fact that people are judging him, like, oh, he can't read defenses, like, oh, he can't, like, he's not going to learn on the job. Oh, you think he should be what he's always going to be right now, right? Mahomes didn't know how to read. Mahomes admitted he didn't know how to read a single defense his entire first year. Which is such a weird statement. It's crazy, but I don't care if Milton's learning on the job. I mean, you throw the ball. What two wide receivers can you think of in the National Football League other than Jamar Chase and Higgins? Maybe JJ and Addison qualify, BTJ and Hunter, but I believe that Pickens and Lamb probably are the number one wide receiver room in the league for a quarterback that's trying to learn to read defenses, that needs to throw the ball up in the air and have the receiver do a little bit more work than normal to go get it. Maybe it's in a spot right around this region here, and they just are going to come down with it every time. I don't even know if there'll be an incompletion some games. This is going to be insane. And I'm not saying I don't like Dak. I love Dak this year. Dak and Milton, I always say it you got to cuff him. You own Dak, you're going to have a baller year, but you have to cuff him to Milton. And if Milton gets in there, nothing changes. In fact, things might even get better. This offense is more scary with Milton than it is Dak, and it's still damn scary with Dak. Two things can be correct at the same time. Just because I love Milton more, just because I think Milton's a monster, that does not mean that Dak can't ball out too. These things can coexist.
Yeah, real quick, I was just going to ask you about with Charbonnet. I think it speaks to them, also really worrying about Walker in his health. Because if you remember, they were high on both of them, coming into the preseason and everything before Walker got hurt. And it seems like, Charbonnet's starting to leave Walker in the dust just because he can't get healthy.
Mm-hmm. I think we're going to be so historically correct on the players in this graphic. Among many others, Mahomes, Egbuka, Travis Hunter, RJ Harvey, Henderson, Charbonnet, Patrick Mahomes, Pickens. But this graphic specifically. And I have an announcement tonight. We're probably announcing Supernovas will be up. I think I might be adding 2. And then we lock it in. Might be adding 2. I didn't want to, but I think we're adding 2 Supernovas. I wanted to keep it small, but I just can't stop. I just can't stop doing it. I can't stop adding to the list. It's like, I think I said that the Jupiter men.
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large, every planet in the solar system could fit inside.
I think I said that the Jupiter men was going to be 6 spots, no more. It's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But hey, I don't think anybody's complaining that I'm giving a few more guys to target. The people that will hate on it and complain will say, Smitty just says everyone's going to be good. Well, I don't know about that. I think is still a very, very big chance that you're calling things wrong left and right. This is not the entire league. And I know that these are big name players. They're all valued.
The Saturn men.
One small step. He's on a shuttle to Mars.
They're all values.
Mars man. The moon man.
And it's very easy to get that.
How many different outlets do like years of the top 36 or lists of the top 36? Like, I don't even think you're gonna end up having. Obviously, the mid-season monsters are kind of a different thing, but out of the 4 groups, you're not even gonna have 36 guys. So it's not many players really when you break it down.
Yeah. Let me go over to the other callers real quick, Travis. Hang tight. Ramirez, let's get Ramirez out of the way here. This guy's itching to talk. I can feel it. Go ahead, Ramirez.
Hey, Smitty, first of all, say what's up, man. I'm calling from Brooklyn, man.
What's up, man?
I'm on a draft right now, live draft. I can tell you my players if you want. I don't know how it's my first time ever doing this with you.
Just read off your starters. I don't need to hear your whole team.
Okay. I have. I'm in draft right now. It's Genty, BTJ, J85, Garrett Wilson. I don't know why I did this, but I picked Tyrone Tracy, Travis Hunter.
Whoa! You took Tracy you took Tracy in that order?
Yeah, I know. I screwed up.
Wow.
I gotta listen to you more often, man.
What round was that? What round was that, bro?
That was round 5.
Holy shit! Whoa! Bro, Tracy round 5. Like, bro, did you have to scroll all the way down to find him? Like, what made you do that?
I like him on Madden.
Oh, that makes sense. Not.
No, I know for fantasy purposes, it was a bad choice.
Oh, bro, but bro, what would make you not think you could wait a little bit? Like, what would make you scroll all the way down in the 5th round to Tyrone Tracy and go, this is someone.
Henderson went right before, and I needed a running back.
Right, as you should. But what made you not say, oh, I'll just get Tracy in round 11, 12, and I'll be fine? What made you go, better go Tracy now in 5? Someone might get cute here.
What might be a quote. Yeah, you're right.
But that's irrelevant
You're
if
right.
he's going to be good. It's irrelevant. He's going in like the double-digit rounds, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like Egbuka is going to be an elite player. Do I take him in round 1? Bucky could be the number 1 overall running back. Do I take him at 3 overall? You know, like you. But anyway, bro, your team still sounds good. What's your question though? Somehow you still survive.
So I have, after that, I have Travis Hunter, Ingram, and Egbuka. So I'm up now and available. So I guess I need another flex spot. My flex can be like a wide receiver. Running back, a tight end. Available. You got Joe Mixon, Brian Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Etienne, Godwin, Reed, Williams. There's a couple of people here. I just don't know if I should go with a rookie.
I have a feeling. Yeah, can you sort by rookies and read off all the rookies? I have a feeling you're not telling me somebody amazing.
Loveland, Higgins, Blue,
Pickens. Bro, this is like, I don't know what we're doing here. What? Like, you're reading off a bunch of trash. Pickens goes like rounds earlier. Okay, Pickens. Now we're talking. Keep going.
Oh, no. Oh, I meant Higgins. I'm sorry. Higgins. For the rookies, I meant Jay Higgins.
Higgins. I thought you said Pickens. Maybe you did, but I don't know. Okay. What running back? What rookie running backs are there?
Rookie running backs. Jay Blue for Dallas.
I mean, I like him, but not now, bro. Don't do the Tracy repeat.
Some guy named Tuden.
We like Tuden.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's awesome, but a little later.
A little later.
All right.
And
What round?
Samson.
What round do you in? What round are you in?
I'm in round. This is round 9.
Round 9. Read off the receivers available.
I have Kupp, Godwin, Jennings, Reed, Jaden Reed, Downs, and Higgins.
I feel like there's other players.
Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk, Mooney, Shaheed, and I'm up.
I feel like there's
quarterback. I have JD5. It's a tough one right now.
All right, I'm gonna. So Hunter's gone. I'm just making sure because you're reading off guys that don't belong there. You know, like Jennings right now. You know, like how's this stuff even? So I'm worried about somebody hiding on these rankings or something.
Charbonnet's gone, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Sharps is gone, right?
Sharps is gone.
Debo's gone.
There's Debo Samuel. Yeah, he got last round. That's when he got picked.
JCM, Detroit Krosky Merritt.
ACM, yep. You have
All right, I gotta go here real quickly, bro. So I gotta speed this up. So is JCM available? Krosky Merritt. Type in CRO. Ramirez, you there? I think my phone line just completely cleared out. Damn it. Everybody on the phone line cleared out. I'm sorry, you're going to have to call back. My advice would be JCM, my boy. That's the best I can do for you. I don't know who's there. It doesn't sound like I can really hear enough of the information to even like really, I don't know, give you the best advice possible. So I'll probably have to leave you with JCM. And I think JCM is probably there. I would go JCM. I'm also tempted to go, you know, if Bo Nix were there, if you know, or you have JD5. I don't know, man. That's real tough. Ramirez, if you call back, I'll help you real quick. But yeah, I don't know what happened. Travis is this one's for Travis. Super chat for Travis. BBQ wants to know, Travis, is Kyle Williams worth rostering? Hold on a second. Let me merge these calls. Hold on a second, my boy. Mute yourself real quickly. Travis, hold on one second.
Redraft?
Hold on 1 second. Let me just merge this. Okay. Go ahead, Travis. I'm sorry.
So he said it's a redraft. I mean, he's like a end of the roster guy right now, I guess. But like to me, it's gonna depend if Diggs is healthy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Diggs will get targets. Pop Douglas will get targets ahead of him, and then Chisholm might be getting some targets ahead of him. Actually. So he's real.
I'm not.
Wire kind of.
Yeah, I'm not drafting Kyle Williams in non-best ball. I don't know that I even draft him in best ball. It just depends on what we're talking about. You know, like I'm never drafting him. I'm drafting in best ball after best ball after best ball right now, and I'm never drafting Kyle Williams. But he's someone we watch. And in Dynasty, he's great, you know, to have a stash away. But yeah, I don't think you can. There's just too many players that you could, you know, like Tesla. Take Tesla instead. Trade JCM Sampson for Charbonnet. Yes. Take Charbonnet for sure. Go ahead. Let me go back over these other calls real quick. I got to do rapid fire. No full team. Sorry, guys. 571, you're live.
What's good, Smitty?
What's up?
Don from DC. I'm trying to figure out who should I stop. He said no full teams, but I have a stacked receiver room, so it's kind of hard for me to. I don't know who to start, Deebo Samuel or Garrett Wilson, and I want to start Deebo, and I'm really on the edge on that because
I would consider trading. I would consider trading Garrett Wilson away if you can improve something on your team. If you're feeling that way about Deebo, and I kind of feel the same way. I like Garrett Wilson.
Right.
I don't dislike him.
Right.
I just love Deebo, Egbuka, Hunter, and I'm in a situation where I'm sitting two of those guys. And I just don't want to. So I'm like thinking, can I trade Kyron and Garrett Wilson and go get freaking, you know, Gibbs?
Right. Well, is it fun if I look at my team real quick? I know you said no.
I can't do full. I can't do full teams, bro. I got too many people on the phone line.
So who's a good target if I want to shop Garrett Wilson? That's probably a better.
If I'm shopping Garrett Wilson, what running back do you have that you can couple with it?
I have Hampton, I have Hendy, and I have Dempsey.
Okay, so you're kind of good there. What? See, that's the problem is if you're trading Garrett Wilson to start Deebo, who's your other receiver that you could upgrade maybe to put Deebo in, but also upgrade a receiver?
I have Drake London and I have Hunter, and then Drake London, Hunter, yeah.
Okay,
then,
who's your quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Okay, so do that. Try and upgrade using Garrett Wilson. Try and upgrade to a top 3 QB. That's what I would do.
All right, I got you.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
See you.
All right, 989 as quickly as you can. 989.
I got you. What's up, Smitty? Luke from Tennessee. I got a question about. I got Bill on my bench. It's a 12-man PPR Superflex League. I got Gibbs and Hn. I got Bigsby, Jerome Ford, and Bill on my bench, and I just got offered a trade. Bill for Joe Mixon.
Let me just show you this. Have you been watching the show much this year?
And off he goes
Bill,
to the planet known as Uranus.
Do not draft list, but I don't know. Like last year, after he came back from being hurt.
But what would make you think I'd say Mixon if he's on my do not draft list though? You know, and I don't
want to draft him, but I just think like upside wise.
He's in a boot, bro. He's in a walking. He might even be in like a double walking boot. And he's got multiple lower leg injuries. He's older. He broke down and fell off the face of the earth last year. And I admit, you know, he played amazing for more than half a season, but he completely fell off the map, bro. Yeah. Don't trade Bill for that. You don't even know if he's a starter, bro. Mixon might. I mean, of course, Mixon's going to get the nod if he's healthy, but he's literally in a walking boot. He's got multiple injuries. He's going downhill, bro.
Okay, but we don't know if Bill's going to be the starter either.
All right, then go get Mixon.
I'm just picking your brain.
I know, but I don't want Mixon on any of my teams, so I'm not. I mean, You're calling in wanting me to like Mixon. I know, but I don't, so I don't know what to say. I'm not mad.
Man.
Not mad at you or anything. I don't. Where do we go from here? It's like you go on a, you swipe right, you go on the date, and you sit there and you're having your coffee, and there's just nothing in common right now. It's like, I mean, I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. All right.
Uh-huh.
Like Mixon and JCM. It's two different politics. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
You want to get the tab? You want to get the tab, or do I get the tab? What?
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
All right. When I hang up here, I'm gonna text you and say I just wasn't feeling it. Later, bro. Hold on. Yeah, probably wasn't my thing, but thank you and for showing up. See you later. Appreciate you getting the tab. For those of you calling, I already said the phone line's closed. So I don't know why you guys keep calling. You keep going straight with voicemail. When I open the phone line, I'll let you know. I've got 3 guys who just keep calling over and over and over. Should I trade Kyron for JJ? Yeah, if you like winning, I probably would do that. I would probably do that. Sounds like a good idea. I'm not saying I'm not worried about JJ, but that value is quite different than when we're saying, hey, you're sitting there with Genty at, available at the 7 overall pick, or BTJ. Kyron is a later second round player and sometimes third. I was on hold to answer the call. Wes, what's your area code? I'll look for it, Wes. What's your area code? This one here. Guy offered $5 fab for JCM. What should I say? Send him this.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
I really would like to pick that guy's brain, though. Oh, I'm sorry. SPC, you still here? SPC? SPC, let me know if you're still here, my boy. Unbelievable. $20 or $50 super chat, and I left that sitting there. SPC, where you at? Be here. Still be here, SPC. Still be here. Is he here?
Give me $50, honey.
He's still here. He's still here. SPC.
Let him cook.
Please forgive me, bro. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. How we living, playa? This sounds like a guy that forgives me. How we living, playa? We back in action for another season. Chase Brown. I'm rocking the Triple H running back room. Henry, Hampton, Harvey. You mean Hendy, not Henry. Wait. Harvey. I think you mean Harvey. Harvey, Hampton, Hendy. Triple H running back room. That would be that. Also have Mason, tight end Goddard, Strange, Otten. I got an offer. Hendy for Kittle. Do I take it? Also, Braylon Allen or JCM. I'm going to say JCM. Although it's debatable, but I think that Breece Hall is not done. I think people are wild. And there's no way in hell I'm trading Hendy for Kittle, because I would have just drafted Kittle over Hendy, and I don't do that. So I'm going to say hell to the no. Appreciate you, SPC. And if you don't mind, I'll give you one more little standing ovation.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy. Please forgive me. I know what not I do. And I'm sorry I ignored that super chat for as long as I did. That was a $50 hauler. Straight up monster. Blanco says guy offered $5 fab. Bro, imagine offering $5 fab for a guy you picked up and saying, hey, I know you wanted him and you picked him up. What if I give you $5 fab and then I go back in time and I'm the one that picks him up? Like, what kind of person thinks like that? Like, what a selfish guy. I bet he doesn't listen to anybody at home. I bet he's just, let me talk about my day. Fine. Let me pick him up. I'll give you $5 fab. How did I do? 12 team, 1 keeper PPR, 6-point QB, TD. Lamar, Gibbs, Harvey, Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, Tyler Warren, Rice, Hunter. Love it. Sharps. I just simmered. Let that team simmer. There's nothing even traded unless you could upgrade Garrett Wilson slightly. Is this Wes? I mean, I imagine this is Wes. Is this Wes?
Kev.
415?
Kev, yes, Kevin Smitty.
Okay, Kevin, mute yourself real quick.
Wes is 724.
All right, Wes, call in and I'll add you. Wes is mad because I don't know his number. Wow. 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 He says wow in the chat. Wow, Smitty, I thought we were on first name basis. Wes, you crack me up, bro. Wes acts like we've been to lunch and had drinks or something. Smitty, it's like when we're sitting around the campfire. What he says, Wes, I'll look for your number. 7 what? 712? 712?
724.
724. Same thing. 724. Wes, I'll look for it. How did I do? 12 team, one keeper. I like the team a lot. So would I trade Garrett Wilson? I don't know why I'm wanting to trade Garrett Wilson so much. I still love Garrett Wilson. I do. But am I interested in trading and upgrading? When I look at a team and I see all these other, space astronauts, he's the only one of the astronauts that I feel like I would trade. Maybe part of that is just the trauma of the Jets, that when all things are equal, I lean toward maybe I get rid of Garrett Wilson. It doesn't mean I don't like the value. I still think Garrett Wilson could be a top 5 wide receiver in receptions this year. I don't know about yards. I don't know about touchdowns, but I think he could be a top 5 wide receiver in receptions. Get a lot of short work, a lot of dump offs, a lot of everything. And he's the only show in town, so he's going to do amazing in that wide receiver room. Fields turned DJ Moore into a top 7 wide receiver, top 5 to 7, depending on your scoring format. And that was his college wide receiver. Fields is college wide receiver. They played together in college. The rapport is there. It's going to be glorious. But would I trade him? Sure. Like if Benson or Davis gains value later, then I think you could couple that and get a bigger name player. Until then, I'm going to sit tight on that and not make any moves, because some of those players need to gain value before you start moving them around. Just drafted a 12-team: Knicks, Genty, Hendy, London, Garrett Wilson, Kraft, Hunter. Bench is Rashee Rice. Damn, how do you have Rashee Rice on the bench? That's crazy. JCM, Arroyo, Mims. What do I think? Moves. There's that Garrett Wilson again. London, Garrett Wilson, Kraft. I don't want to move Hunter. I don't want to move London. I don't want to move Genty. I don't want to move Hendy. I don't really want to move Knicks. I could upgrade him to Josh Allen or JD5, I suppose, using Garrett Wilson. But I'm using Garrett Wilson, and maybe, I want Rashee Rice in my lineup at some point, but the Garrett Wilson's perfect until that switch happens. So maybe you wait until Rice is done with his suspension. JCM and Garrett Wilson right now for a BTJ, London or higher. I know you got London already, but that type of name. Lamb comes to mind. Bucky comes to mind to have another RB, if you can use that RB as a flex. Past that, I'm probably sitting back and letting the JCM and Mims and potentially Garrett Wilson value climb. You could always trade Kraft in with Garrett Wilson for a McBride or a Bowers. That could also work. Those are the only moves I'd be considering right now, because your team is a group of monsters that need to prove themselves, even though I Smitty approve all of them. Who do you like late round dart for wide receivers? Mims, Horton, Seattle wide receiver. I love Tesla. Tesla is probably my favorite deepest call. A guy that goes maybe in round 17, 16, or 18. So Tesla might be the deepest call I can cook up if you want the deepest play. Thank you very much. All right, Wes, you're live. What's up? Not too long. Not going to have a big old long conversation, but go ahead. You're live.
You had to hit it with that, huh?
Well,
I lead with that. You had to lead. You had to lead with that.
Okay, Wes. Enough drama.
You absolutely.
Okay, Wes, go ahead. You're already starting off on the wrong foot. Go ahead, pal. Okay, let's start over. Ready? Wes, you're live. I'm trying.
Dude, I'm already in the doghouse because I waited an hour to talk to you, and I got hung up on twice. So
I didn't mean to hang up on
you. Yeah, you can lend yourself to me. Okay, so
Wes,
I'm like,
what can I do for you, Wes? You're live. Let's start. Wes, let's clean slate it. Start over. Ready? Caller, you're live. Oh, it's Wes. Wes, you're live. Go. Start now. Clean slate. Go. What's up, my boy?
No, be like Wes. I'm sorry, bro. Like that
Wes, you got 10 seconds now. Just hurry up, man. You literally, we've been talking for 30 seconds and you said nothing.
Yeah, you're not worthy of my combo. Bye.
Jeez, man. Wes, look at this. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. You're getting X's all over. It's wasting time just because I said I only have a little bit of time. Keep it short, and Wes turns that whole thing. I mean, he does it nonstop. It's every time there's some drama with you, Wes. Go back and rewatch it. I answered the phone and I said, Wes, keep it short. Can't have a long convo. Did you ever think maybe I've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes and I'm live constantly all day and I don't really, I got to go through this gauntlet of phone numbers. I moved you to the front of the line and you are this disrespectful to me calling into my show when I moved you to the front of the line ahead of all the other callers. I moved you ahead of all of the other callers and I just had a request for you. I said, no long convo about aliens. Let's just go ahead and hit it quick. And you say, you had to do it. You had to do it. You're not worthy of my convo. You hang up. Wes, I hate to do it, but the number's probably going to get blocked. Like, I was respectful there. And then remember what happened last time? We blocked the number. And then all of a sudden you're pissed off because you created a mess. And you had to call from your girl's line to get on the show. Like, bro, what do you want me to do? I've been live for 2 hours. I just asked one simple request. Let's keep it short. No alien convos today. I skipped you ahead of everybody else. And this is the thanks I get. I'm not worthy of your convo. You hang up? Okay. Well, let's see if I answer again. Jeez.
Always a victim.
It's always the victim. It's the victim card. I'm done with this channel. Okay, Wes, well, I can't help that. I can't help that. Good Lord.
No, yeah.
You're done, says BBQ. Look, I don't even want to hit that button right now on Wes because I like Wes. And I thought I treated him with respect right there. Wes is the one that treated me with disrespect. So he can do whatever he wants. If he thinks he needs to leave the channel, whatever. But Wes, you create the problems for yourself. You need to take a look in the mirror. You create the problems for yourself. All right. Phone line. God, I mean, you move someone to the head of the line and that's what they do. Rock out your life. Unbelievable.
So what's your feeling on A-Chain with his status and all that?
I mean, I move London and Bucky maybe ahead of them just in a vacuum. But it doesn't mean I don't still draft like A-Chan ahead of Bucky because I can to get both of them. But I'm not scared of A-Chan right now. Absolutely not. Would I maybe oversaturate all of my rosters with him? No, but I wasn't anyway. You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, anyway, I haven't once given you a fair shot of what, Wes? What are you, a fair shot of what? What am I supposed to give you? What is it that you're supposed to have? What is it that you think you're entitled to? I literally had you skip all of the other callers on a full phone line where people are going to hang up because they're so tired of waiting. And you shoot blanks and blame me. And you hang up on me and you tell me I'm not worthy of your convo when you're expecting the world from me. I lead with the negative connotation. I did not. I said, Wes, keep it short. I don't have time for an alien conversation right now. And that's the bottom line. And now you're probably going to be unable to call in anymore. And that's going to be on you. All right, go ahead. Rock out. What else are you saying? A-Chan not worried about it. Not worried about it.
Yeah, and also...
rock out. What did you just say? Also what? Also what?
Huh?
Also what?
I'll be going like 50. I said also I'd be going hand to hand with like Bucky and London. I'd be like 50-50 on them when they're both there.
Yeah. But don't be afraid of A-Chan. Don't oversaturate teams. But I wasn't anyway because you're kind of committing to Tua. You're committing to Miami Mike. So it's like I love A-Chan. league winner, but also riskier than Bucky, riskier than Lamb, riskier than Genty, but still somebody you want to have because he could arguably be running back number 1 overall. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got to cycle everybody off. I'll be back tonight. Rock out, anything else?
All right. No, I'll catch you later.
All right, thank you. Let's go over to Scotty Do real quick, then I'll go back to Wes, who's back on the line. Looky here. Hold on, Wes. I'll be right with you. No more calls. I answered Wes's call, so before he complains, I literally put him back on the phone line when I have a closed phone line. Scotty Do, as quickly as you can, my young man. Don't take that the wrong way, Scotty.
I don't know. Maybe I called in at the wrong time, but I have a question about a super flex league that I'm in. My quarterbacks are JD5, Trevor Lawrence, and Cam Ward. I was offered Patrick Mahomes from my BTJ, but if I were to do that trade, then that would only leave me with Adams, Samuel, Sutton, and Diggs.
So Scotty, real quickly, is it a 1 QB league?
No, it's super flex.
Okay, so BTJ, I definitely take Mahomes. I almost would tell you this is unless the league is you're unable to trade, like it's a really tough group to trade with, and you might get stuck. You almost can't even think this. You can't even think about this. You just got to do it. You take Mahomes for BTJ. If you got any other, overage or excess of something, you almost have to deal with that on another trade.
But my question is, if I don't do it, I want to know if my team's still going to be okay. Like, is the difference of Mahomes' points versus having BCJ and having Trevor Lawrence or Cam Ward as my second quarterback? I mean, it's kind of way out the point difference, right? Is it really worth it? Because, like I said, I'm only going to have Adams, Samuel, Diggs, and Sutton as my receivers instead of having BCJ, in my lineup, and then I also have JD5.
Okay, but
Lawrence,
what I'm saying is I probably try and trade. I don't know. I regardless, I think I would try and trade Trevor Lawrence. Would you have a tough time trading Trevor Lawrence? That's kind of what I was asking.
I can try. I mean, I want to try to move one of my 3 quarterbacks if I'm going to receive Mahomes, but I can try to put Lawrence and like Diggs or Sutton, maybe Debo.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Debo and Mahomes than BTJ and Lawrence, if that makes sense. And I'd rather have Egbuka, if that makes sense too, or go Hunter. Like, give me Hunter and Mahomes.
Yeah, he doesn't have those guys.
Well, I know he might not, but if you can trade, but if you can get Debo, I like that, because Mahomes in a super flex is top 5 to me. What is that sound, bro? Someone